What are we even talking about, man? We talking about sports here.
It's the NBA playoffs. Ron talked about it. It's in full swing right now. It's competing with the NHL playoffs. Other things are going on, baseball, but there's nothing like the NBA playoffs. There's drama everywhere, except maybe for one series, but there's still been drama in that series. But let's just start at the game that took place last night. The last game that happened was Phoenix versus Dallas. It was tied 2-2 after Phoenix won the first two in Phoenix. Dallas came back, won the next two in Dallas, shifted back to Phoenix. And after Dallas came out hot, took the first half lead. But for me, I was on the Suns first quarter. Did not cash for me. Just going to throw that out there. But the Suns, they recovered in the second half, won by 30. There's a little bit of shit talk going around. Luka went into the locker room saying, hey, it's easy to talk when you're up. Everybody's tough when you're up. Justin, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this series so far? It's 3-2 Phoenix. Are you going to roll with Phoenix to close them out eventually, even if it goes to a game 7?
Yeah, I'm with the school of thought. If it's 2-2 and you win game 5, you win the series. That's just what I always think. Phoenix does go up. You know, Mavericks had a chance last night up until that second half where Phoenix goes, I think, on like a 17-0 run and just blows the game away at that point. I mean, you're still in the third quarter, 10 minutes left, and you're already seeing the tide has turned completely for Dallas. I don't think Dallas has enough to get over this and win 2 games in a row. I don't think they can do it. I'm looking at Brunson, and I'm starting to feel like when he's running the offense, they're doing better than when Luka's in. I think Luka's holding the ball a little bit too much, and the flow is not going. Jalen Brunson, he secured himself a bag this offseason. I expect him to probably be a max guy at this point now, the way he's played in the playoffs. I'm not sure what Dallas has, if they can resign him or not. They need to look into that. It's good to see Dallas in the second round because we've seen them, get bounced by the Clippers in the first round the past 2 years. We're seeing the progression of this team, but they're still not just there yet. So with all that, I'm going Phoenix to close out the series. I think they go 4-2 and they get the closeout.
That was going to be my last question to you. Do you think they win game 6 in Dallas? Because Dallas did win their 2 games at home before they shifted to Phoenix, and you got some big games out of role players like Dorius Finney-Smith. Didn't he hit like 7 or 8 threes in game 4? You get those performances from the role guys, but you're sticking with Phoenix in game 6.
Yeah, I think Phoenix will close it out. I think they're going back home too, right? Or is it in Dallas?
No, Thursday it's
going back to Dallas.
In Dallas. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with them in the closeout as long as the fan that hit Chris Paul's mom's not there.
All right, and Ron, what are your thoughts on this series so far? Are you with Justin? Phoenix is going to close out.
I am not agreements with Mr. Martinez over there, man. Okay. First of all, the game is Thursday, 8:30 ESPN on 8:30 on ESPN. It's at home, and Phoenix is favored by 2 points, which has a lot to say. Give me the Mavericks at home because Luka is pissed. We all saw the YouTube videos, the clips, the memes of Devin Booker falling on the ground, and saying the Luka special, man. So that's you don't want to light the fire under Luka. I think it could possibly be the last playoff game in Dallas for the year. Obviously, if they lose, they're out. So he's gonna put the team on his back. I think he goes off, and I think everybody knows that he has the ability to do it. I mean, we could see a 30, 10, and 8 kind of game, maybe even a 40 piece. Also, Chris Paul. He's on and off just like every year. He's been a little bit more consistent, but it's Chris Paul. I'm not going to put all my eggs in the basket with Chris Paul. So the Suns are 32-9 away on the year, so they do play well. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be a hell of a game 6, but give me the home team. However, if it goes back to Phoenix, it's over. Game 7, I think the Mavericks do everything they can. They waste a lot of energy to win game 6 at home in front of their fans, but the Suns just come out and put the nail in the coffin in game 7.
Yeah.
Phoenix in 7 for you.
Yeah. Phoenix in 7.
Yeah. I got Phoenix in 7 too, just because the Mavs, their team, they chuck it up. They shoot a lot of threes, and those threes tend to go in a little bit more when they're at home. And I think that they shoot enough threes. They're going to make enough threes at home. They should be able to step up and win the game. My thing with my thing with Dallas is Luka needs to be Luka. Like they can't have any version short of Luka. Like he needs to have, at
Luka the
least
God.
10, 11 assists. He needs to have a 30 piece because you can make the argument that Devin Booker was the best player last night. He was hitting a lot of shots. Really from the get-go. He's the one that kept the Suns in the game in the beginning when the Mavs got off to that hot start. So and also, just as a CP3 fan, they were looking for the matchup on CP3. They were purposely seeking him out on those pick and rolls and getting him matched up in the post, so Luka and others can try and take advantage of him. So that's just something to look out for in Game 6 to see if they attack Chris Paul a little bit more. But I got Dallas winning this game at home in Dallas in front of their home crowd. Role players tend to play better at home, so I'm going to give them that benefit of the doubt. But Phoenix will close out in 7 games. The next one, let's keep it in the West, and they are playing tonight. Is this the nightcap? It's Golden State versus Memphis.
Yeah.
Golden
8:30
State.
TNT.
There we go. 8:30 TNT. Golden State. They're leading the series 3-1. Ja Morant out for the series. Controversial play, I guess. People don't know when he got injured, whether it was him bumping knees with Clay when he jumped to try and block his shot, or if it was the knee grab by Jordan Poole. Led Ja Morant to tweet and delete. Broke the code. They've been talking about the code. What do you do in basketball? What are the unwritten rules of fouling people? Highly contested series. Memphis did give them a good shot while Ja was healthy, although they did get blown out in that. I want to say it was that Game 3. I'm blanking. I think it was a Game 3 they got blown out when Ja got hurt at the end. But yeah, Golden State, they're a lot better than Memphis when Ja's not there. I have them closing out tonight in Memphis. Golden State's a 4-point favorite the last time that I checked. Memphis, they got a lot of hype this year, right, for playing without Ja Morant. There's a lot of talk about their record without Ja. Were they really better without him? Because they went on that crazy run in the regular season when he was hurt, led people to believe that this team was for real. But it's different in the playoffs. It's more of a half-court game, and those inefficiencies. Even though they came out hot in both games without Ja, I don't think they have enough firepower to get a W. So I got Golden State here. Ron, what do you think on this one?
Give me Golden State, 8:30 p.m. tonight on TNT. The line is 4, over under at 218.5. With no Ja Morant, there's just no chance, man. Everybody kind of was pissed off the way the Warriors came out. They go from scoring 142 in game, in game 2, I think it was. And then in game 3, they come out and they, put up 101 points, the game where they barely won by 3. So I think the fire, is lit under them. They want to close this out early. They don't want to risk any injuries, themselves. They have guys who are coming off injuries. Clay's coming off an injury. Steph's coming off an injury. They saw what happened to Ja. I think Steve Kerr finally, puts them in their place. They're going into Memphis tonight. Without
No Steve Kerr. It's
no
it's
Steve
Mike
Kerr?
Brown again tonight. Mike
Brown again.
tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then they're definitely going to win one for the Gipper here. So I think, I don't know who goes off. The Warriors can. I was talking to somebody, man, and I think that the Warriors have that switch just the way the Cavs had that switch. Back when LeBron was there, Kevin Love and Kyrie, when they were kind of nonchalant, and then it was like, okay, when are the Cavs going to hit the switch? When is LeBron going to hit the switch? And I think that this Golden State team has that. So I think they turn up the switch tonight. We might even see a blowout early by a halftime. Finish the series off, go home, get rest, and get ready for the Suns possibly in the next round.
Justin, are you buying the Warriors here?
Yeah, I'm buying the Warriors.
Stuff?
I think the Grizzlies are a good team with or without Ja. But with Ja, that puts them over where they can get the dub on a Warriors team. Without him, I don't think they can get there. They need to keep that young core together. Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson, and Dylan Brooks, and of course Ja together. Find a way to keep that young core, because that's a pretty for real Memphis Grizzlies team as far as defense goes. The other night, Klay Thompson 0 for 7 from the 3-point line. Curry 4 for 14. Really bad, abysmal shooting night for them there. That's not going to happen every night. You can't bank on that. And like Ron said, it could be a blowout. I also foresee a blowout in the end, not so early, where the shooting starts to hit, Curry gets on his rhythm, and we see the threes fall. Otto Porter is not going to be the leading 3-point scorer tonight the way he was the other night. It's going to be Curry or Clay. Clay, we've seen some downstep on his game, but he's still pretty serviceable as far as being there at the 3-point line. I don't think he can defend the way he used to, and he can't get to the hole anymore like he used to. But I think he can at least hit some spot up threes. I like the Warriors to close it out tonight as well.
Yeah, I mean, Clay can get you 30 points just off of threes in one game. He can go off for 10 threes. He's that good of a 3-point shooter. But you do bring up a good point, Justin. The Warriors are not going to shoot that bad again. And if you couldn't beat them on a shooting game, you're not going to beat them when they're shooting good and they're firing on all cylinders. So I do agree with Ron. I think they're going to get him out of there early. I think this is a little bit of a statement game. They want to get that rest. Before we get to the East, do you guys want to give your thoughts on the Western Conference Finals, or do you guys want to break down the East first?
I mean, I'm good in saying that, the Suns and the Warriors should get there. It's going to be a hell of a series, and I can't really, go into it yet because, obviously there's still games.
Who do you got on early lean? So who do you got early lean?
Oh,
that's why we're here.
Geez. Oh, man.
We're going to look back at the tape.
Phoenix had the better record, right?
Yeah, Phoenix is the 1 seed.
So then they'll have the home court advantage in the West Conference Finals?
Home court.
Oh, man. Fuck me, man. Putting me on the spot. Give me the Suns.
Where do you lean?
I would like for the Suns to win here because I want to see CP3 get his for once. But I wouldn't be surprised if Golden State's the favorite going into the series. So look out for that. I want to see the lines especially. Yeah, but I'm going to park it right there because we're not quite there yet. But I do lean Suns.
All right, Roland, you can't put us on the spot and not give yours. So
well, yeah, I was gonna give my thoughts too. I'm a big CP3 guy. I love CP3, one of my favorite players since he's coming to the league. Even though I'm a Spurs fan, noted rivalry there, but big fan of Booker too. But from what I've seen, I kind of like the way the Golden State looks. I think they're gonna get a little bit more rest. I want to lean Golden State, but much like Justin saying, I want to wait for the Lions. If I can maybe catch Phoenix as a dog, who knows? With that 7-game series, 7 games going back to Phoenix, I like their chances there. But Golden State, it's just the magic, the allure that's there with them. Like Ron said, they have that switch. They can shoot you out of the game. They have firepower that not a lot of other teams have. And I'm just hoping my boy CP3 turns back the clock a little bit, and he doesn't have to turn it back that far because he was giving us good performances earlier in the season. Hope he gets back to his ways, and because that's where it all hinges on for me. If CP3 is playing like the point guard, I'm all in on the Suns, but we're getting this version of CP3. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable putting it all on Devin Booker's back.
The matchups, man. It's just the matchup to me. Like right away, you think defensively, you give it to the Suns, right? You give it, Mikal Bridges. They have Ayton down there. But on the flip side, it's like you're gonna have Ayton versus Green. Golden State's gonna be smaller, so that's kind of a disadvantage for the Suns as well. Just real quick, personally, what I want, just because I can't stand Chris Paul, is I want him to get to the finals, and then I want him to lose in the finals because, bro, he's been like. How are you gonna be that guy complaining about every single foul when you freaking you chicken wing and you throw your head back and you're on every single play? Like, don't
he's gritty.
He's part of the flop squad. He's part of the flop team, man. So
he's on flop Rushmore.
He's there you go. He's on flop Rushmore.
That's a Roland quote, by the way.
Trademark that.
What do you think about him saying that he'll see that fan later? He's like, I'll see you later. The one that put hands on his family members. I thought that was funny.
Chris Paul about that life. I saw something where he led his team down a secret tunnel to get to Luka or some shit like that.
Oh, no, that was just I think that was
a troll post.
Sports or something. All right, let's get to the Eastern Conference. Both these series are highly contested. One, I have a little bit of an issue to pick with. It's Miami and Philadelphia. I didn't think Joel Embiid was going to play much in the series, but he came out and played. He came into game 3. Just fast forward to game 3, they were down 2-0, shifted the whole series. They won 2 games, much similar to Dallas, and also similar to Dallas. They got blown out on the road in Miami last night. I don't remember the score, but I know it was close to a 30-point game. Not
120
close.
to 85.
There you go. Not close at all. Almost a 40-point blowout. I'm going to make this real short and simple. I think Miami is going to win. I think they're going to win in 6. I don't like a lot of what I've heard from Philadelphia post-game. Joel Embiid talking about he's in a lose-lose situation, talking about if I don't go out and play, people are going to call me soft. I go out and play. I'm injured. I'm not at my full capabilities. People are still going to say that I'm not enough. And then James Harden and others are saying that they're not engaged. Just not what you want to hear in a playoff team that's going back home down 3-2. So give me Miami in 6, even though I was high on Philly earlier this year and even into the playoffs. But this is where I bow out.
All right. Justin?
Well, I think the Heat are going to win here too. The next game, they'll get it done in 6, and I think the Heat, as far as being a 1 seed, might be the most disrespected 1 seed in this tournament right now, because everyone's thinking whoever wins that Milwaukee-Boston series is going to be the representative for the East. At least that's the circles that I've been talking to think that. So the Heat can get no respect. The other thing I got to ask is, are the Heat better off without Kyle Lowry? I mean, look at the points they put up last night without him.
True.
120 to 85. I don't know. I think the offense was moving a lot more through Butler. Butler was getting some double teams that probably weren't warranted, considering Jimmy Butler's not the best player on the court. He's a dog, that's for sure. But I mean, I don't know. I think that's a wrap as far as also the Philly project with Harden. I think that he's going to be leaving. I don't think he goes signs a max contract. Maybe he does. He's still maybe a max contract out. I'm not sure if he's worth that tag anymore, though. What do y'all think?
No, I think the Harden project is done, and it's a shame, man, because along with him, you have guys like Kyrie too. You know, guys who are going from team to team, wanting to chase those rings, which just goes to show how hard it really is, man, to consistently get to the. I mean, again, not saying it because he's my favorite player, but this is where we put respect on LeBron's name from going to the finals all those years in a row, bro. You know, it's hard. It's hard. And a lot of guys in the league want to do it, and sometimes it's just not possible. But as far as my thoughts on the game, I think the MVP snub will have a lot to do with Embiid's performance. You know, what is it, tomorrow? And I think that with what Roland was saying about them not being engaged, and a team that I can compare the Heat to is Golden State. You know, the Heat can kind of see the blood in the water, and they can say, hey, let's get Philly out of here. Let's go get some more days rest, because it looks like that Celtics and Bucks series, you know, is going to go, you know, at least 6. Yeah, at 7. So, you know, they'll get some days off. Jimmy Butler, like Roland said, is a dog. He's the veteran, and he's going to look at the young guys and say, hey, guys, I've been here before. We need to put this team out early. The last thing that you want to do, even though it is going to be in Miami, is go to that dreaded Game 7, you know, because anything can happen in a Game 7. If you have a chance, beat the 76ers on their home court, and beats, to me, the injury, him being snubbed, which, I mean, I think he got snubbed. Joker is a hell of a player, but I think Embiid got snubbed this year. So
it came in that Jokic got almost twice as many first place votes than Embiid.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's a crazy stat there. But as far as the line, Philly is favored by 2 points. The over-under is 207, and it's Thursday at 6 on ESPN. So if I'm a betting man, I would say, you know, why not take Miami with the points?
Yep. Miami +2. I like that even. Just take the money line. I think they're going to close it out in 6.
All right.
But yeah, that's it for Miami and Philly. We all got them closing out in 6. We're all in agreement there. I think that's the only one that we're in agreement all the way. Or are we all in agreement on Golden State? I think that's the other one too. But anyways,
yeah,
let's get to the last series here, and then we'll give our Eastern Conference final quick preview and prediction. Milwaukee versus Boston. Milwaukee is a 3 seed defending champs. Boston a 2 seed. Justin alluded to it earlier. this is everybody's pick to win the finals or to get out of the East at least is the winner of this series. It's been touted to come. The Eastern Conference Finals representative will be from this. Anyways, Boston just pretty much swept Brooklyn in the series before. It came in with a lot of hype. Milwaukee, gave it to them in game 1. They got a good response in 2 from Boston. Boston came out and blew them right out. Milwaukee won the first game in Milwaukee, and then we got a good response game in game 4 from Boston. Jason Tatum finally stepped up, hadn't had a good few games, came in and showed everybody why we think he's the next superstar up. Who do you guys got in this game 5? It's back to Boston. It's about to tip off in a couple of minutes. By the time that people listen to this, the result will already be out there. Who do you guys got in this game 5? It goes back to Boston. The last time that I looked, Boston was a 5.5-point favorite. Do you guys think that Boston gets it done and takes a 3-2 lead and ultimately wins the series? Because they do got that game 7 at home. Ron, what are your thoughts here? Both of you guys are Lakers fans, so are you guys both against the Celtics here?
No, man. Give me the Celtics. I just think collectively, they're the best team right now. You could compare them to the Suns just because they're all around. They're great defensively. I don't know the status of Marcus Smart's situation. If you guys could kind of help me out there. I don't know if he's done, if he's back, when he's planned to be back or what. But give me the Celtics here. Game 5 actually is going on right now. It's 15-14 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. So it looks like it's going to be a tight game. The Middleton injury was big. Giannis is obviously a freak, no pun intended, the Greek freak. I just don't think that he has enough against a squad like this. If it was him going against another superstar on another mediocre team, I think, he would definitely get it done. But collectively, you have Al Horford putting up, crazy numbers for the Celtics. I mean, old man Al Horford, he's been their leading scorer, hitting
Al Horford game.
Yep. I mean, father time, he's turning back the clock. But give me the Celtics tonight. It's going to be tough in Milwaukee because it's hard to beat Giannis at home. But like you guys said, but as you guys said, they did it once, and game 7 in Boston, it should be a wrap there. There's going to be a game here either tonight or in the next 2 games where Tatum puts, that Kobe, cape on and, does it for the Mamba. So give me the Celtics, man, winning the series.
I see you nodding in your head, Justin. Are you in agreement?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think this is like a 15-round boxing match, and Giannis is punching up, but he's on by himself. And while the Celtics got a good group around them, you're starting to see that at the end of the games where he's starting to get a little more tired because he's doing the heavy lifting for the Bucks. I think Celtics will win this in 7. They'll take that home court advantage and get it done. And I think the difference was just not having Middleton to rely on. As far as Marcus Smart goes, he has been playing. Okay. Everyone's been talking about how physical Golden State and Memphis has been. Y'all have not been watching Boston and Milwaukee. It seems like it's a car crash every play. I mean, players are on the floor every play. This is one of the most physical series I've ever seen, and it's awesome to watch. I think it's way more physical than what we've seen through Memphis and Golden State. But yeah, give me the Celtics in 7.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys here. I like the Celtics tonight. I like the Celtics. Actually, no, I take it back. I like the Celtics in 6. I think they're going to smell the blood in the water. And, Ron already alluded to it. There's no Middleton. Giannis can only do so much. And Giannis, in my opinion, he is the best player in the league. I think he's proved it. Win or lose in this series, he's that guy. He's him. Giannis is my number 1 player in the league, but I do have them losing in 6 here. I think that Middleton injury is going to be too much to overcome. I know role players play better at home, but I'm not going to rely on Grayson Allen and Pat Connaughton to get it done for me twice in a row. And, Boston already proved that they did it or that they can do it. They won that game 4, highly contested game, and Milwaukee took a big comeback in the fourth quarter. But give me Boston in 6 here, and then in the next series –
wait, hold on, Roland. I just got to stop you there. So you're saying that you have no faith in Bobby
Portis?
Bobby Portis?
Man, I don't know. And even if they don't get an Al Horford game, I think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown will prove to be a little too much firepower.
Any issue with Robert Williams being out? Do you think that makes a difference at all for the Celtics?
What's the status on Robert Williams? Is he?
He's out this game, and I want to say he's out one more.
Man, that guy's a dog, man.
Yeah,
he's ruled out for. Yeah, he's not playing tonight. I do think it's a big loss for the Celtics because Robert Williams does represent some of that post presence for them. It's not too much offensively. When I say post presence, I mean defensively. Stops people from going to the paint. But I think for this series in particular, they still have enough to get it done offensively and defensively without him.
Yeah,
I'm hoping so.
Milwaukee really doesn't have that true five. I mean, Lopez is out there, of course, but I mean, he's comfortable with shooting threes, so he's not, anybody that you need to contain, down low.
Yeah.
I got them in part of one of my parlays, so I really need that leg to hit.
Hey, Justin, you've been betting a lot more, man. Where's this betting coming from? Are you in like a chat or something with these guys who bet?
Yeah, I'm in a few chats, a few circles, and
like it,
just a little more active during playoffs. I had, during the season of the NBA, I pretty much took it all off. But once playoffs hit, you want a little something on it to make it a little bit better when you're watching.
You must be with Bet King, man.
That's what I'm with.
Celtics down 19-14 right now. Just went to a little commercial break. Just quickly, if Miami comes out of this series against Philly, like we're predicting them to, and Boston comes out, give me Boston
or Milwaukee.
Give me Boston. Yeah, give me Boston or Milwaukee to beat Miami. But yeah, give me Boston over Miami in the next round.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement there. It's crazy, just like how you guys said. I mean, not a lot of people are putting respect on the 1 seed in Miami, but not a lot of people put respect on the 2 seed in Boston. Yeah, either. So to have these two, teams go against each other, somebody could easily said, 1 versus 2 Eastern Conference, simple. But when all eight teams were involved at the beginning of the playoffs, they weren't the teams predicted to be there. So I mean, this is going to be really, really good to watch.
All right. That was the playoff picture. Anything else you guys want to talk about in the NBA before we move on?
I love that. I love that first quarter. Great first quarter.